Good morning, good morning, good morning. NFC East, this is your guy, Tone Deshields II, filling in for Jeff Kerr, and this is Good Morning NFC East. Man, we're that much closer, you guys. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are we, 4 days away from Super Bowl 57? Who would have thought? I talk about it all the time. Who would have thought Jalen Hurts leading the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl? But at this point, we can't talk about what we thought. We got to talk about what is. We got to focus on the present. And the present reality is Jalen Hurts potentially has an opportunity to be a Super Bowl champion, has the potential to earn the Super Bowl MVP. Wow. You see, when he first got to this league, nobody had faith in him. He wasn't supposed to be the guy. But then, luck will have it, he became the guy. And that's what it's all about, right? You see, you live life and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So when you get your opportunity, you gotta take your shot. You can't waste it. We all go through our daily lives and we all have various trades and we all do different things, right? We all contribute to society in our own unique way. But when you get that opportunity to shine, when you get that opportunity to take your game, to take your work ethic, to take your life to the next level, you have to pounce on the opportunity. You see, that was the problem in the past, right? You know, with previous guys that quarterbacked this position in Philadelphia, mainly just one guy. They didn't seize the opportunity when they had it in front of them. They didn't realize what they had. And now someone else is taking advantage of the opportunity. Now, granted, you know, Jalen Hurts is in a spectacular situation, but getting this far doesn't just mean that, oh, wow, I rode the coattails of my team. No, getting this far means that you did your part as well. You see, what bothers me the most is, you know, but a lot of people try to give Jalen Hurts hell for taking advantage of his opportunity. How can we get mad at a guy for being in a situation that's optimal for his success? How can we get mad at a general manager and Harry Roseman for building a team around his quarterback, especially with him being on a rookie deal? It's common sense. I don't know what it is about society, but for some reason, people always want you to take the hardest path to success. People don't respect various people's journeys. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying purposely try to cut corners and take shortcuts in life. That's not what I'm saying. I don't believe in taking shortcuts in life, but I also believe in playing the hand that you was dealt. You feel what I'm saying? I don't believe in taking shortcuts in life, but I believe in playing the hand that you were dealt. This is what I mean by that. Let's think about Kevin Durant, for example, who recently got traded. I know this is a football show, but Kevin Durant got traded to the Phoenix Suns overnight. But he was with the Brooklyn Nets. Prior to that, he was with the Golden State Warriors. Then prior to that, he was with OKC. I promise I'll make this quick, you guys. Again, this is not a basketball show, but I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to make my point. Kevin Durant had an opportunity to knock off one of the best teams in the league. He lost. Bottom line, he decided to leave his current team, and he decided to go to the best team in the league and win 2 championships, win 2 Finals MVPs. He decided to take the shortcut to success because he knew he could. He didn't want to get it the harder way. He didn't want to have to go through that team to win a championship. He'd rather win with them. If you can't beat them, join them, right? I don't really believe in that. So then now he can't deal with the fact that people doesn't respect his success because he chose the easy way out. That wasn't the hand he was dealt. That was the hand he chose. It's a difference. So what I'm saying is, life isn't about taking the shortcut. Life is about playing the hand that you were dealt and making the most of that opportunity. Kevin Durant didn't play the hand he was dealt. He took the shortcut. Then he decided to go to Brooklyn to try to fight for his legacy. Couldn't get it done. That situation imploded. Now he's in Phoenix. Still has an opportunity to write his own legacy. But the bottom line is Jalen Hurts didn't take a shortcut. He played the hand he was dealt. You feel what I'm saying? So when you have guys on the outskirts saying Jalen Hurts' candidacy for the MVP is disrespect to the other guys who actually deserve it, or when you hear people saying Jalen Hurts is a product of the system or the team around him, what are we talking about here? He played the hand he was dealt. And now he's in Super Bowl 57 with the potential to rewrite his legacy or to essentially establish his legacy. Good morning, you guys. Again, you're locked in on Good Morning NFC East. Smash that like button. Appreciate you guys for locking in. Good morning, Wicked One. Good morning, Justin Visiger. I'm filling in for my man Jeff Kerr, holding it down in Glendale, Arizona. Writer for CBS Sports. One of the voices on JAKIB Sports. Shout out to Jeff Kerr, man. I was talking to him yesterday. He's having a ball down there, but CBS has him grinding. You got to respect it. You got to respect it. Wicked One says, yeah, KD sold out. The Warriors didn't need him. He needed them. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between playing the hand you were dealt and then choosing the easy way out. The real RMP, wasn't Brock Purdy a product of the system he played in? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, did he function at a high level in that system? Yeah. But we all knew it's some situations you look at and you say, he's not the reason. Is he steering the steering wheel? Yeah. But he's not the reason. Sometimes you just have to pivot sometimes and push something a little further and push it to the left a little bit, push it to the right. The bottom line is Brock Purdy wasn't a guy who was really stirring the drink. You feel what I'm saying? Again, you can look at some situations and say, they're good, but I know it's not because of him. When you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, you know that team is good because of him, because of what he brings to the table. Not just from an intangible perspective, but also from a schematic perspective, from a decision-making perspective. Jalen Hurts, what he brings to the table, he actually manipulates front sevens and he manipulates gaps and he manipulates running lanes and he's responsible for so much out there. Jalen Hurts is an elite decision maker. Period. He's an elite decision maker at the position, and no one can convince me otherwise. His decision making got the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl. His elite decision making helped A.J. Brown have a career year. Devontae Smith. Miles Sanders. Now, Miles Sanders had a career year, but also Miles Sanders dealt with injuries in the past. Miles Sanders could have been had 1,000 yards. Jalen Hurts contributed, but Jalen Hurts isn't the reason why. But that's a separate conversation. That's a separate conversation. But I might bring that up, actually. Who knows? We got some time today. Also, you guys, later on in the show, I have a special guest, Clay Harbor, former tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles, former tight end for the Chicago Bears, will be in attendance at 7:20 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys lock in on that. You don't want to miss it. But again, I'm never going to get mad at a quarterback for optimizing his situation. Even though we know Brock Purdy isn't really the reason why they're winning, I respect Brock Purdy for optimizing his situation, for taking advantage of his situation. I'm not going to get mad at him. I'm not going to disrespect him. But when you start to compare him to other guys like Jalen Hurts, then you got to pump your brakes, right? Patrick Mahomes, being drafted to KC, and then they draft Tyreek Hill. They had Travis Kelce. I'm not going to get mad at Patrick Mahomes for optimizing his situation. That's the problem we have in sports sometimes. We get so caught up on, well, he has this guy, he has that guy. I mean, you put anybody in that situation, you put anybody in that system. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Tell your GM to work harder. Tell your GM to work harder. Tell your medical staff to stop getting their degrees off of the University of Phoenix. Like, we got to keep it real. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, William Stark. Welcome to the show. You know, I'm discussing taking advantage of opportunity, because in life we look at other people and we judge them for taking advantage of their opportunity instead of saying, "Job well done." You see, me personally, I don't respect people that take shortcuts. Now, if you're taking advantage of your resources, that's something different. I respect people that take advantage of resources and optimize their success. It's just reality. If you're someone who's growing in a particular industry and you happen to know someone who's in that particular industry that can help you get through a door that you probably couldn't get to unless you probably worked 5 or 10 more years in the game, why not take advantage of that connection? Life's about taking advantage of opportunity. Life's about optimizing your resources. You feel what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts, a young guy who wasn't really highly touted coming out of college, but again, he was patient and everything came to him slowly but surely. Good things come to those that wait. But I'm pretty sure all you guys knew that already. So, you know, I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about the running back position with the Philadelphia Eagles. Super Bowl 57 is approaching, and the running back position is going to be paramount in the Eagles' success. Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott have to play their best football. This is an opportunity for them to optimize their situation. Now, who has potential to have the big game? Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott. Now, look, Kenny Gainwell has been a guy who's been severely taking advantage of his opportunity. Kenny Gainwell is averaging, I believe, 6 yards, just over 6 yards in his playoffs per carry. Miles Sanders averaging just above 4 yards a carry. I think Boston Scott is averaging about 4 yards a carry as well, if I'm not mistaken. But when you think about all those guys and them working in concert with Jalen Hurts' ability to manipulate the run gaps, to manipulate front sevens with the RPO and the zone reads and so on and so forth, and with that offensive line, there's no reason why the Philadelphia Eagles shouldn't average at minimum 4.5 to 5 yards a carry in this Super Bowl. And I promise you, if the Eagles are averaging 4 to 5 yards a carry, they will be unstoppable. The Kansas City Chiefs will get run off the field. It's just that simple. The Kansas City Chiefs are one of the worst teams at stopping the run. You want to know what the Kansas City Chiefs run defense is? Put up a lot of points on you and force you to stop running the ball. That's their run defense. Score quick, score fast, score high, and make sure you can't run the ball. But what happens when it's a grind it out type of game? What happens when the other team is just as good as you, just as explosive as you, but more physically dominant, more physically imposing? Can you stop their run then? I don't think so. And like I said, Gainwell, he's been running hard. He's been flying through the hole. And William Stark, you bring up a good point. Kenny Gainwell does run smart, and he does run hard. I think the difference between him and Miles Sanders is he runs a bit harder. He runs a bit harder. Wouldn't you guys agree? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fresh legs. I don't know. But he runs a bit harder. So if I'm Nick Sirianni, how do I get my running backs involved in this game? How do I get my running backs in the best situations to take advantage of the Kansas City Chiefs defense? How can I throw a curveball? Throughout the season, we haven't really seen too many running back screens. Every time we have seen one, it didn't really work out. Only because it's not something we do regularly. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, or should it be out of the realm of possibility, that we get Kenny Gainwell involved in those running back screens. The Kansas City Chiefs wouldn't even be prepared for that because that's not something we do. We throw wide receiver screens, bubble screens. We throw tight end screens, stuff like that. That's something that's more so in our arsenal. But if you can get Kenny Gainwell in space with a blocker or two in front of him, I don't see why Kenny Gainwell can't easily take that 30 to 40 yards. At minimum, 20. Shane Steichen, Nick Sirianni, it's time to get creative. But also, don't get outside yourself. Don't go above and beyond. Do what you do. But take advantage of your talent. This is the game where you gotta empty the playbook. You gotta empty it. You can't leave no page unturned, no stone unturned. Okay? You gotta empty the playbook, Nick Sirianni. You got to unload on the Chiefs. You got to make sure you beat them into submission. Patrick Mahomes is a guy that rises from the dead like Lazarus. You give Patrick Mahomes a glimmer of sunlight, he will crawl his way to the surface. So you have to maximize your running backs in this game, in my humble opinion. I believe that you can really take advantage of the Kansas City Chiefs because of their mediocre run defense. Like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs run defense is put up a lot of points on you and force you to stop running the ball. They don't have a stop run defense, but they do have a guy named Chris Jones who is very dominant at his position. I do like that linebacker, Nick Bolton. I like him, but he's a smaller guy, a fat, more so an agile, athletic guy. He's not really a run stuffer. That's not really how the Kansas City Chiefs are built. They're built more finesse, if you ask me. They're a finesse team. The Eagles are a physical team. You go in there, you beat that team up, and you put their face mask in the dirt. But that's just my mindset. Maybe that's the Philly in me. I don't know. I remember when I used to watch Clay Harbor play for the Eagles. He was a pretty physical guy. They used to use him in some tight, the occasional tight end, but the occasional tight end screen. I like that. Growing up, the tight end position was always one of my favorite positions because you get the opportunity to do everything. You catch the ball, you block. You're involved in every aspect of the game. So when you have a good tight end on your roster, you got to maximize that guy. So I'm really excited to talk to Clay Harbor today. My man's in the green room. So I want you guys to continue to lock in, smash that like button. You guys are locked in on Good Morning NFC East. Excuse me. Look at me. I'm talking with a lisp. What happened? Good morning, NFC East. I'm filling in for my main man, Jeff Kerr, who's holding it down at Super Bowl 57 for CBS Sports in Glendale, Arizona. Eagles, Chiefs, man. What more can you ask for? 2 number 1 seeds facing off. The number 1 pass defense against the number 1 pass attack. It doesn't get any better than this. And we're going to break it down with our guy, Clay Harbor, in the next segment. Lock in, you guys. You don't want to miss this.